Hello everyone, Greg Jarvis here from Fincons Group. What we're going to talk about today is interactive sports apps on the TV. And specifically, we're going to show you a hybrid app that we've built for a sports contest.
So let's talk about interactive sports apps on the TV. So we are the Fincons Group. We are a systems integrator and software developer. We develop many media apps and the media platforms that drive them. We have 14 offices worldwide. We have quite a few hybrid TV and OTT apps that we've built for content providers, for MVPDs, for broadcasters, news publishers. So specifically sports apps. Sports apps are very popular. They are very rich in information, and scores and statistics. They're very video rich as well, so showing all the way from full games and matches to highlights and interviews. They're somewhat interactive. There is some trivia, there is some polling that happens within the apps, and they're a good source of revenue and definitely drive fan loyalty. So there's direct subscriptions, there's ads, there's merchandise. Technology is an enabler for these apps. As technology has been improving, so have the apps. What we're seeing today is improvements using artificial intelligence and machine learning. And what it's improving is both the front end, both the viewer experience, but also on the back end from production sides of things. 5G, instant on video. So instant on, instant replay. Many use cases, but that's just a really obvious one. The thing that maybe you haven't thought of is rights management. So the platforms in the back end that are managing the rights from both the content owners and the distributors have been improving dramatically over the last couple of years, and we're seeing big jumps that are happening now. The TVs themselves are very powerful today, even on the low end. These are powerful televisions, and the high ends are just incredible. And what that's allowing us to do is to run apps, very interactive apps on the television, and allowing third-party apps to come in. And now technologies such as ATSC3 that's being built into the NextGenTVs is allowing for very rich hybrid apps to be ran on them. So hybrid TV is the combination of the linear broadcast and broadband. And that broadcast can be coming over the air now, or through your pay TV service, and then the broadband allows for video on demand and rich interactivity. The thing that's important to remember is that the TV is still by far the primary viewing device, especially when it comes to live sports and live news, and as compared to an iPhone or an iPad. So sports betting in particular. So in 2018, the U.S. federal ban on sports betting was lifted by the Supreme Court. So individual states are all in various pursuits of allowing betting. This is being done online. It can be done on mobile apps, or in person. And again, those are varying by each state as well. But the thing to keep in mind is already there's been $17 billion in wagers with $1.2 billion in revenue. And that's when it's still very new. The other side of it, though, is that this is very hard, right? There's technology challenges. So geofencing, for example, you must be in the state or you must be near where the bet is. There's lots of legal issues. There's regulations, the legality of certain bets. Only certain sports can be bet on. There's many challenges. And then just the operations of it, not only in the systems, but also setting the line for the bets. I mean, these are all difficult things to do. So now let's talk about betting on your TV. It's even more crazy, right? But think of the upside. So the market potential. Now you're in everyone's living room. This goes beyond the enthusiasts. There's multiple revenue sources that can come in. There's the betting itself. There's advertising. There's sponsorships. And all of this is actually technically possible today. The challenge is, the main one, is the TV is a shared device. It's in your living room. It's a shared device as opposed to your phone or a website that you log into. TV is considered a shared device. So there's lots of privacy concerns and logging in and verifications of who you are. There's latency of the actual game going on, and then when it finally gets viewed on the TV, commerce on your TV, there's broadcast regulations. So there's definitely challenges to overcome, but the upside's big. So maybe in between, what we're doing is providing sports contests. So this eliminates most of those main challenges because it's a contest. What is a sports contest? So this is questions about the specific game or the players, who's scoring more and their statistics during the game. And it uses points, not money. So that's how we can, provide a contest, and then the winner gets a prize or something at the end. Viewers basically compete against each other. So the upside is viewer retention. So people will watch the match, they'll stay engaged all the way to the end, even if the score is lopsided. Perhaps there's questions that are low odds but high point values, so that they can come back. It keeps people engaged through the end. And the loyalty and a sense of community is now brought to a particular game, and you can have a contest maybe perhaps amongst your fan group or your friends, as different variations come out. So let's take a quick look at what that looks like. So we used the concept of a horse race and the horse racing commentator. And in horse racing, they talk more about the betting than they do on the actual race. So they still talk a bit about who's winning and not, but they're also talking mostly about the betting. So using that concept, we have commentators dedicated to the game, the contest. So they're speaking more about the contest, the points, the odds on the leaderboards and who's winning than they are about the actual game. Now they're still going to do some play-by-play, but it's mostly about the contest. So before the game, there's pre-game questions. So who's going to win, what's the score during each period or halftime, maybe some of the stats along the way, which sets up the player to want to see the game through it. And then during the game, there's live questions that are popped up as appropriate in the context of the time. So in the example that we have, how many goals are going to be scored in the second period? We put that question up during the first period. And then lastly is the leaderboards. So this is where the viewer wants to see their name. They want to see where they're moving up or down on the leaderboard against their fans, and over time we'll start to recognize names and so forth. So everyone likes to see their name. This leaderboards are a great way for them to stay engaged all the way to the end because they want to see who wins. So that is our overview of sports apps and hybrid TV apps that are running on the TV and the things that we're building today. Again, I'm Greg Jarvis from the Fincons Group. Thank you.